Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can use mlflow to track artifacts. But the first thing that we have to know is to know what is an artifact, right? An artifact is basically any output from training process. Let's say, for example, a model, the file, a figure, a text, any file that is the output of a training process, it could be considered as an artifact. So let's look at the code to see what methods we can use to log um, artifacts. So here we are. This is the code. The first method that we are going to use is called log artifact. Now, log artifact receives as an argument the path to a document. You know, the file that it is supposed to be the output of a training process or something like that. So in this line, the first thing that I did was to create this folder. It's called outputs. It's empty right now. But using these two lines of code, I'm going to open, I'm going to create a new file called test.txt, a text file basically, and I'm going to write the hello world phrase. Then, after this process, I'm going to log that artifact. Notice here that I am passing the path to my document or my file. Let's run this code to see what happens. Python mlflow tracking, and here we are. The first thing, we create uh, this text file, hello world, and let's look at the run. Okay, this is the one. Can you see? Now we have an artifact here, and it's called hello world text. Let's take a look at the user interface to see what happens there. So let's refresh this. Okay, now in this part of my interface, I cannot see any metric or any parameter, and that makes sense because I am not logging any parameter or metric, right? But if we go to the ROM, we can see here in artifacts that we have an artifact, the text file, right? And it says hello world. So let's take a look to another method that we can use to log artifacts. Let's go to git checkout login artifacts 2. So here we are. In this case, the method is called log artifacts. Notice that this method is different from the last one, and in this case the argument is going to be a path to a folder. In the last method, the argument was the path to a file, right? For example, text.txt, right? In this case, is the name of the folder. For example, outputs. So what this method is going to do is to track all the files under this folder. So in this case, the first lines, I am creating, this is the last one. I am creating a text file, writing hello with the hello world phrase, and I am creating here text one, text two. Then I am logging those artifacts. Let's run this code to see what happens. Python mlflow tracking, and can we see here we have the run, and here we have the artifacts. Hello world from test 1 and hello world from test 2. Under my run folder, I have artifacts, test 1, test 2, and the original one, right? So let's take a look at the user interface to see how it looks. mlflow UI. Let's go here. Let's go back, and here we have. Notice that in this case I am not logging any metric or any parameter. But if I go deeper, I can see in my artifacts section test, test 1, and test 2. So in that way, we can store, let's say, figures, maybe YAML files, configuration files, or models. So that's it for this video. Um, in the next video, we are going to be talking about other ways that we can use to log things. Um, I'm going to develop a really simple project to show you how we can use mlflow to track scikit-learn models. So that's it for today, and thank you for listening to me and for attending this video. See you there.